Hello, everyone. My name is Pam Nacpil, and this is The Moving Truth with Pam. So, my guest today is one half of a partnership. I've known him fairly long enough since we got here, I think. So, I would like him to introduce himself. Please, Denny.
Well, thank you, Pam. First of all, it's a privilege and a pleasure, gracing
All
your
mine.
podcast. I didn't know about this, but then my friend told me about it. I became very excited because I like this setting, and I like your objective of really, reaching out
Yes, thank
to a wider
you.
scale, wide range of
Thank you,
audience. So
thank
I
you.
like that. So, yeah, my name is Danny, and we live here in New Brunswick. We moved in New Brunswick in 2018 with the
Oh,
whole family.
same.
So we were actually one of the earlier batch of the New Brunswick provincial nomination
Yes.
program.
Oh, so you went under the PNP.
Yes, that's
Okay.
correct.
So before we go there, I know you're married.
Mm-hmm.
You have two
I
kids.
have two kids.
And we'll talk about them in a while. But like, where were you when the decision happened that, hey, let's move to cold Canada and let's settle there?
That's interesting. I was actually working in Aramco at that time.
Which is where?
And in Saudi Arabia,
So-
it's Aramco
okay,
Gulf Oil
wow, okay.
operations. So I was there at that time when the idea sparked on me. But before then, there were several attempts and opportunities as well.
Okay.
But it's either it fizzled out because I didn't really take the plan very seriously, or it's just that it's not on the right timing,
Okay.
or
okay.
just circumstances did not allow me.
So you were in Saudi working with Aramco. It's an oil company, of course, in Saudi Arabia. Must have been a really good job.
It was, yeah,
So
it was.
why did you even think of leaving? Because I know most of the people I know who live or worked in Saudi Arabia, Qatar, the Middle East, eventually go to Canada. I think it's like a pathway for most of people working in the Middle East. But why did you even think about it for working for a good company like Aramco?
Yeah, that was really a big decision for me. But I have always been wanting to move to a, how can I say that? A country with, in the shallow reasoning of things, I wanted to move in a place that there is four seasons.
Oh, okay.
It's just,
why not?
yeah,
Right? Why
it's just,
not?
the trivial part of that. But, so, and I said there were attempts before, there were opportunities, but it's either that I did not take it very seriously.
How long were you in Saudi when you?
Oh, wow. That was 13 years of working in Saudi Arabia.
13 years.
Correct. Then I moved to Qatar Petroleum, another oil and gas in
Okay.
Doha, Qatar.
So Saudi, Qatar. Did you ever work in the Philippines?
Yes, I did. Yeah. So the early years of my career, I was in the banking industry.
Banking.
I worked in investment banking for
Okay.
5 years in RCBC
Okay.
and in Makati.
Still there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was very. It always has a spot in my heart because that was my first professional
First
job.
job.
Yeah. So I stayed there for roughly 6 years, and then I moved to an American multinational company that is based in Taguig. And then my last company, the last company that I worked with, or I say organization I've worked with, was with World Health Organization. Yeah, in close to National
Aura.
Bureau of UN Avenue.
Aura, yeah.
So that was the last, I can say, business organization that I have worked with.
But the WHO is also a great organization to work for. So why? I mean, we're not even going to Canada yet. So why move out? And was that before going to Saudi?
Before venturing into an overseas
Okay.
idea.
So why think about? I mean, a lot of Filipinos I know. I mean, we export talent, right? That's our number one export. Our number one moneymaker is remittance. So why did you think of leaving, like, say, RCBC, an American company, and the WHO, World Health Organization? Why the decision to move out?
So in the World Organization, that was the trigger point for me at that time was I was really enjoying working with World Health Organization, but it was the idea that you'll be holding the same position all throughout your stay at the World
Really?
Health. And the promotion at that time, during my time at least, I can't speak for now, is you go to Geneva or New York.
Okay.
But that would be a lateral, the same position,
Right.
but different place. You move to the head office, which is in Geneva, because we are in the Western Pacific.
Yeah.
So I was still young at that time, very much, aggressive with my career move. And I said, I don't want to be holding this position forever. I think I can do more on this because it was really a simple accounting. And
So
I'm an
What
accountant.
position were you? Yeah, going there.
Yeah.
What job title were you doing when you were in the World Health?
I was a finance assistant.
Okay.
So I'll take care of the donations coming from different
Okay.
countries
Okay.
across
Taking
Western
care
Pacific.
for Asia Pacific.
Yeah, the Asia
Okay.
Pacific, which,
It's-
Japan,
it's
Australia,
huge
like
too.
that. So
Okay.
it was good. Yeah. I was relatively the youngest at that time.
Okay. Yeah. Most people really get
Yeah.
old in the development agencies. Okay. So now, why the Middle East?
So it was like this. So the turning point was I'm still, very much assertive with my career. And I said, I can do more in this. So I forget about, the lure of, a very good compensation
Yeah.
at the World Health. So I said, but the only, and then I tried applying in other companies as well.
Mm.
But then again, you picked up on this.
Mhm.
And so I can't find something where I can both balance a good compensation and a
And
good position.
Okay.
It's either, you
You
choose the
sacrifice
other one and
one.
sacrifice the other. So I said, okay, so I probably have to consider something or venturing overseas.
But you were married then.
No, I'm
No,
not yet.
single
Yeah,
pa.
I was
Okay.
still single at
Single.
that time.
So
bro.
you went and looked, searched, and you found Aramco.
Yeah, so I have a cousin who works in Aramco as a dental assistant.
Okay.
So I came to know about the background of the company, and I liked it. So
It's a
when the
huge
opportunity came, fast forward, I grabbed it.
Okay.
And luckily, I got the job, I got the position, and it did not really disappoint.
So 13 years.
13 years.
13 years. And then where was Karina, right? Where was she in all of this? When did she come into the picture?
I met my wife in 2006.
Okay. While in Saudi.
2000, while in Saudi
Oh,
Arabia.
wow. She was there too.
No, no, no. It was an interesting story because at that time, when you're single, you don't really think of getting settled. The ideal marriage is something like daunting. Like, can I actually hold a family? I don't imagine myself having a family. I felt like I was still very young at that time. And then there just came to a point into your life that you wanted to settle in. And I was in Saudi Arabia. And then that was an interesting story, actually, because I met my wife through the internet, over the internet.
Wow.
Yeah. And when I first saw her, I said, you will be my wife. Because I felt like I saw the aura. And
Did you tell her?
I told her.
What did she say?
I said, no.
But
She
I
can't.
think about that time, lots of people had internet
Yes, at
love
that
stories.
time,
I mean, my
yeah.
best friend had one. My sister, well, my two sisters, I was the most boring one. They
Uh-huh.
both met their spouses.
Yeah.
I don't know. The
And
word-
nowadays, it's a norm.
swipe, swipe, swipe.
Correct.
Don't understand
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So you met her online.
I met her online.
But she was in the Philippines at that
She
time.
was in the Philippines at that time.
So you got to meet. And
Yeah. So it was also a timing at that time where I have to, I'm off to go on vacation at that
then.
time.
Okay.
And then we met, and then that's it. The rest is history.
So did she go with you to Saudi or she stayed back
So
home?
we were in steady for, I can't remember anymore, maybe 2 years.
Okay.
And then after that, we got married, and then I brought her over to
Okay.
Saudi Arabia.
What was she doing then?
She was. She had a stint in Taiwan.
Okay.
And I remember that she went back to the Philippines and is just planning to
Get a job in the Philippines.
get a job in the Philippines or, another
again.
prospect in Taiwan.
Yeah.
But she was just taking her time of any decisions.
So what work did she have to work in Saudi when you were there?
No,
Oh,
but
that's
she
good.
got volunteer
Oh, okay.
volunteer work activities, especially like religious related activities.
So you said the timing was never right before, or things didn't pan out. So what made it different this time? What year did you start saying, hey, let's pursue the four-season thing?
Okay,
When did you start thinking about that?
that's interesting because back when I was in the bank, there was this a paper application form for Canada,
Oh.
and it was I got interested with that, but for some reason I didn't really take it very
That was
seriously.
a long.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah,
19,
before.
we're
Yeah.
talking of 1996,
Oh,
probably
wow. Okay.
1997. So I attended the kind of like the information
Yes,
session,
yes.
whatever they call it, the seminar, and then I would learn that it was about going to Canada. I filled out the forms, but never really took it very seriously.
Okay.
So it just fizzled out in the air,
Okay.
that idea. So there was that attempt. And then when I was in Saudi Arabia, there was this, it was also at that time where accountants are like fast track
Wow.
at that time. And several of my office mates back in the bank were able to apply and, just get into
Went.
Canada
Okay.
in a matter of, I think, 7 to a
Wow.
year time frame,
Wow.
which was really attractive. But I was already in Saudi Arabia and I was in
Yeah.
the oil and gas.
Yeah.
So it's not easy to decide on that one because it's either, I am enjoying working in the oil and gas.
And then you're starting again?
Yeah, so I totally forgot the idea. I'm totally settled into just working in the Middle East for some time, and then go back in the Philippines eventually. Probably join the academe,
Yeah.
just be a instructor, a professor, and just have a meaningful contribution to the community. That was my
So
idea.
just like take it easy after Saudi.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, at that time. So for a while, I forgot about Canada, but nature. Nature has its own way of surprising you. Yeah, the turning point in your life comes in circumstances that you least expected.
So what was the least expected circumstance that happened?
It was this. So I totally forgot about Canada. Then one night I went to my badminton club
Okay.
in Saudi Arabia, and over in that group they were talking about plans of going to
Wow,
Australia,
okay.
New Zealand, those Commonwealth countries that invites immigrants to fill their population in. And I was just listening. I was a quiet observer, and I said, I went through this path, so I'm kind of familiar with that. And then when I went back on that night, that idea of Canada just resurrected in me again. Like I get excited again.
So what happened? How did you process going now? Because you're now excited, you're thinking about it. What pathway did you take?
So it was this. I have to start by saying, if I look at the larger scheme of things, I think it's things happen just in the perfect time.
Okay.
So I went back that night, and then I started to search about Canada. I was already, Pamela, you won't believe this, I was already 45 at that time.
Yeah.
So the prospect of going to Canada may be possible, but my age could be a little bit daunting, Kind of, what?
I migrated when I
Yeah.
was 50. So
My-
I know. I
My
know.
age point is zero, literally zero.
Really.
So then I researched, and then I came across this, they call it blog at that time, like BLOG, blog. And it said that there is an info session for New Brunswick, and
Okay.
New Brunswick opened up their provincial nomination
Okay.
program. It was a pilot program of New Brunswick.
It's not the AIP.
It's not the AIP. It's
So
the
just
New
PNB.
Brunswick Provincial Nomination
Okay.
Program. But apparently, the info session will be held in Salcedo, in AIM,
Makati.
in Makati.
But where were you?
I was in Saudi Arabia at that
Okay.
time. So, and then the other info session will be in Cebu at that
Okay.
time. So I said, not the right timing. And
Okay.
it was really short time between when I read the article
When
and,
it's gonna
and the info
happen,
session.
yeah.
So it's too late for me to ask for vacation
Yeah.
and just, fly back to the Philippines. So I said, well, that's not for me.
Okay.
But then again, I got excited with that idea and I followed this blog.
Okay.
And this blog actually came to be he's one of the pioneer who
Oh,
actually landed
okay.
in Fredericton, in New
Okay.
Brunswick. He's one of those pioneers of the New Brunswick
So you
provincial
just kept
nomination.
on vlogging
I
and
just
you kept on following him.
following.
And then suddenly there was
And then a couple of months after, there came another
there.
info session.
Okay.
But this time I was ready. So we went back to the Philippines, the whole family. I can attend the one that was held in Makati.
Okay.
So we attended the one in Cebu, which
Okay.
excites me as well
Oh.
because I haven't been in Cebu
Cebu.
City. So, like the prospect of going to Cebu was, wow, nice. So it's like, you know,
So you got to talk to employers, right?
no,
To the
that,
New Brunswick government.
yeah, during my time, the idea of employers meeting
Candidates,
the
yeah.
candidates came in the second batch.
Okay.
So it was just an info session, kind of like a ticket for you to apply to submit your expression of interest, or
Okay.
they call it EOI.
Okay.
So I attended that info session, and so now I have a ticket.
Okay.
It was also at that time, it's a competing priority. I had an offer at
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 Qatar.
Qatar Petroleum,
Okay.
which is equally,
Attractive.
very attractive.
Okay.
So just when I left Aramco in April of 2015,
Mhm.
I submitted my expression of interest.
Okay.
But I was not very, I was not very,
If it's gonna happen, it's gonna
Yeah.
happen. It's like that.
because I was 45, Pam.
So like
I was
no points,
45. So if it happens, why not? If it doesn't,
then it's
No
you're
worries.
in Qatar.
Yeah.
You're making money. Da da da.
yeah.
So how long before you found out that you can actually go to Canada?
So I submitted my expression of interest in March
2015.
4 of
Uh-huh.
2015. Then I moved to
Qatar.
Fast forward, I went to Qatar. I was already working in Qatar. June of the same year, I got a letter from a follow-up letter from the province of New Brunswick asking me to submit those
Oh
documentations.
wow. So just a few months after.
That's a few months after.
So how long then what happened? You submitted the documents.
So I wanted to mention this because this is really exciting for me at that time. So for me to be able to meet that 70 points, I guess,
okay.
79 something, I can't remember anymore. That was a long time ago. I have to claim my wife's IELTS of 5
Okay.
points. Otherwise, I will be just 65 out of 70.
So you were able to get
So
it.
I did. So, but then again, for me to provide the document, but my wife did not take the IELTS yet at that
Okay.
time. So for me to provide the documentation, it's a short time.
Yeah,
They've given
yeah.
me only 40 days
Oh, wow,
to
to
comply
submit.
with the
Okay.
documentation. So what I did was I wrote a letter to the province of New Brunswick asking if they can give
Extend.
me 60 days.
Mm.
And surprisingly, they
They
did.
said,
So my wife took the IELTS, and then
got the points.
I got to claim the 5 points.
So 2015, how long did it take from June 2015, you submitting, say, September, to get to here? To get first the offer,
Yeah, so the
invitation,
invitation to apply at that time. So from June, that was 15, Jan of 2016, I
Wow.
got the invitation to apply.
So then another processing of
Another
papers.
processing.
So how long? So 2018. So it took you 2 years? No.
So I got the invitation to apply in January, and then fully approved. We got the passport stamp with the permanent residence certificate around late August of 2006. What is this? 17.
And then 2018
17.
you got here,
And yeah, and then I stayed in
Qatar for.
in Qatar for a few months because
So when did you eventually land?
so we landed here Jan 20 of 2018,
Okay, that was
which was the
winter.
last day of our visa.
Oh wow.
Like the last days.
Photo finish. And at the height of winter.
Yeah,
Okay.
at the height
So
of winter.
Okay, let's fast forward getting here. How did you find accommodation? Not many people Filipinos were here yet. So how did you go about finding accommodation, getting settled?
Correct. So I arranged an Airbnb in Fredericton because
Okay.
my city of destination was actually Fredericton.
Oh, okay.
Because of again, I'm a lover of old classic
Okay.
architectural buildings.
And
I
they
like
have it
that,
there.
and they have it there. So I
Okay.
like that. But then we end up going to Moncton.
Yeah.
So we stayed for in one of something like an acquaintance of my
Okay.
wife, and then we get to stay in his apartment for
Right.
maybe a couple or 3 days.
Oh, that's nice.
And in that 3 days, we started looking
look.
for an apartment.
But you eventually settled here in Moncton.
Yeah.
Why Moncton?
Well, it was really Fredericton, and then it was my wife has a common friend that it was my wife's common friend that knows this friend who lives here in Moncton. I don't know how to explain it.
Friend.
It's like it's like this. So
And they
in short,
encourage
they're
you.
friends, and and she was really my wife was really encouraged to by her friend that it's better in Moncton. There are
Moncton.
more job opportunities in
Yeah.
Moncton, and for me, I was just fixated or settled and in
So
staying
did you?
in Fredericton.
So when you say lots more opportunities here, did you find a job immediately?
So I have been working in my career,
Yeah.
Pam, for a long time since
Yes.
I was probably 19.
Yeah.
You know,
Same, same.
so I wanted to take a break from that, and at least for some time in my life,
Rest a
experience
bit.
being a dependent. So I thought that was the agreement with my wife. Now my wife was excited of being able to,
Work.
being back to the
Oh.
workforce. So I said, yeah, that's good for you. I can be jobless,
A housebud for a while.
And I was. But then it hit me after 3 months. The boredom hit me. And then I said, no, I need to find a job.
So you found one.
I
after
found
3
one,
months.
yeah.
And it's in the finance industry.
No, it is close, but not something that will fully integrate me to my
Okay.
profession. It's I work as a night audit
Okay.
at
In a
Delta
hotel.
Beauséjour.
I think most people go there.
Yeah.
So from then till now, can you say that you're in a job that you
Yes.
really like and feel that it's like what you were looking for?
Yes,
the
I
same.
got fully reintegrated to my profession. So after Delta Beauséjour, I worked in one of the a fast-moving consumer
Yes.
town-sized grocery
Okay.
store, and I was an accountant there, and I'm enjoying it.
Okay.
It was at that time where I was also familiarizing Canada, their business culture and all
Yes, yeah.
that. And then came this opportunity to work with a nice company as a senior financial analyst. And then I grabbed it, got interviewed, did not really expect anything. I just,
And now you're here.
and now I'm here.
So
yeah.
I wish we had 1 hour. So I'll fast things, make things fast first. What do you miss most about home?
So if I close my eyes now and you look back in retrospect, it's really my life back when we were kids, when we were children back in my home province. When you get to see your relatives, and on weekend you gather in the house, you play, you go to the farm, swim,
Yeah,
and
it's
in the place where I grew up, there's just a lot of body of water there, rivers and
And you miss that.
beachfront. It's
But
just
you do have
as
that too.
yeah, we have that too.
Except it's cold. Okay.
Except yeah.
So you miss family.
So those were the months I
you
missed.
miss the things you go. Would you do it over again?
You mean the decision
Yeah.
of coming? Oh yes, of course. It's
Would you
one of
do anything differently?
No.
Really?
Yeah, no.
Was it you think the most perfect time for you to have gone?
Initially I thought it was not because of my age.
Yeah. Maybe that.
Yeah.
Maybe do it a little earlier.
Yeah. So a bit earlier could be, but then it proved
happened.
otherwise.
It
So,
happened. I think
yeah.
when it's really just the right time,
Yeah.
you eventually will get
You
it. And if
are-
it's for you, it's for you, right?
You're
I didn't think it will happen to us. I mean, I wasn't really expecting to go, but things happen. There's always a way.
Can't agree for more. Yeah,
So,
that's true.
Have you ever in your life here in the almost 8 years? Oh, 8 years now.
8 years, yeah.
Did you feel like you were excluded, that you were not part of the
No, never.
really?
But I guess, and I'll just speak for the rest of the immigrants maybe of that feeling of like discrimination or whatever.
Mm.
Because if I go to my core and really search and where is that coming from,
Mm.
it's really self-incriminating. It's almost like when you were in the sea of Canadians, for example.
Mhm.
It's myself that tells me that I do not belong here.
So meaning you would have to
Yes.
integrate.
It's a notion that I've dictated to myself, and then I would label it as discrimination, but not really. No.
So to you, it's more of because I'm new here, I have to be the one to really integrate
Correct.
and find my
Correct.
space.
And not alienate yourself.
Yeah,
And not really
that's
think
a good
of
perspective.
yeah. And not really think of yourself that I just came in here and you
Yeah.
know, so
So it's really making you part of the
it is,
community.
yeah. Yeah.
Well, Denny, thank you so much for
Thank you,
being here. I
Pam.
really appreciate it. I wish Karina was here,
Oh yeah.
but she's busy somewhere else.
She was excited also
Yeah.
to come here, but
Thank you so
yeah.
much.
Thank you, Pam.
Thank you. With that, we'll see you at the next The Moving Truth with Pam. Bye for now.